Welcome to News Alert on Capital Television.
The Member of Parliament for Keta constituency, Richard Kwashiga, has stated that the proactive measures needed to boost the value of the cedi are not being done, stressing that most Ghanaians have developed a taste for imported products. He said the industrial and agricultural sectors, which can engineer the development of the state, are not given the attention they deserve, contending a revival of these sectors can boost the economy.
The challenges that we're going through have evolved as a result of many years of not doing what we should have done as a nation. A lot of money's foreign exchange is spent in importing materials that are the taste of the Ghanaian people today. And so we don't expect, that the economy will keep growing in the industrial sector, the agri sector, when we would want to, as it were, consume products that are not home brewed. So we clearly have a challenge.
Asked what he made of Guta's strike action, Honorable Kwashiga said, though he empathizes with the Ghana Union Traders Association in their quest for the retail sector to be rid of foreign influence, the members have to also appreciate that in other African states, Ghanaian business folks conduct business in the retail sector. According to the legislator, care must be taken so retaliatory decisions are not taken by fellow Africans against Ghanaian nationals, urging all concerned to eschew emotions in handling this dicey development.
I empathize with the members of Guta. If business is not going very well for them, they will definitely have reasons to be concerned. But then again, also, we have to look at it within the context of the general situation that we find ourselves in as a nation. We also know too well that foreigners engaged in the retail sector, especially Nigerians, is also not an issue that can be looked at in isolation. Because when you go to Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Benin and Togo, you find Ghanaians also engaged in the retail sector. But then, we rather must reflect and think through strategies and policies that can be adopted such that at the end of the day, there will not be retaliation from our sister or neighboring countries.
Meanwhile, with Guta's strike action entering the third day, it remains to see what action Guta leadership will take after Friday. Many Ghanaians have complained and kicked against the announcement by the Public Utility Regulatory Commission to increase electricity and water tariffs. A cross-section of Ghanaians Capital TV spoke to said the cost of living in the country is unbearable, hence government must reconsider its decision. Others are of the view that the PURC does not have justification to increase utility prices due to the poor services utility providers give to their clients.
It seems that there is so many increase in things, fuel, everything is so so bizarre, and the electricity is just going off. It's just them the doomsor thing is just going off, coming on, and even in this football season, still. There is still the doomsor thing around, and that one is very, very bad.
What money? Government will tano. What resources can be peeling here or money? Na can be abanya ke kwa peteku na ke wa man fian ya no.
And nyane kwan so because light na ngasa say angasa yentumi nto. Freezer, they want to have me freezer. Who soft Swiswa? Busumi more than 400,000 and out of but omutumbe ma and say to me use lights.
Me who say it say the same we are say kono. I don't know what to say actually, but then no me who say
Nini ntimi aye free aban no. Obia ye de ope won edwuma mu. Sometimes we koto ade kwampa the way I saw mama on nyesa na eso mama. Obo na omate so oba pe obo na short ni we. Say that micro my ye den pan. Say these are really hard and very difficult.
Drivers of commercial as well as private cars since yesterday, June 25, have faced challenges in getting petrol to buy. Many filling stations across the capital city claim to have no petrol due to the shortage of the product at the Tema Oil Refinery. Capital News' Gabriel Lacombe went to town to speak to some drivers.
Beni petrol balele wonpa firewa akoni akwa petrol anwo. Eya ni wonu chumo miewa. Woyen bi kenga me shan lo mo yame na sanu okwa me. Wo wonpa firewa koni government.
They say the government no oni moye kra oni moye. Ama taxi drivers ai wari be chisa so onye petrol ni bi ato. Uko ha yesibi no kwa yesibi ni wo. They say yesran say e ka bi odi a ontuana petrol ni mani entimi to ni entimi adwuma ni ho to e.
Timi chisa we ko filling station bi o so ade be timi ko nya bi. We drum si petrol ni ho. E so ko. Me nano me wada kuma. Me chin yesa we Isilegon. Na me ko total filling station. Bia ho. Na chese nyame adom. Anopa me ko nya bia. Me dinam eye adwuma.
The dream of polytechnic students across the country to go back to their classroom to continue their studies is far from reality. The Human Rights Division of the High Court yesterday adjourned case between the National Labour Commission and the Polytechnic Teachers Association to July 7, 2014. The adjournment is to enable POTAG far-writing defense on the case brought against it. The Labour Commission has sued POTAG on the basis of legality or otherwise of the latest strike. The legal battle rages on while students of the polytechnics call on the government to intervene to bring their teachers back to the classroom. Capital Business has gathered that the country has now exceeded the long-awaited $2 billion revenue mark after 3 years of commercial production of oil from the Jubilee field. In 2011, the country realized a sum of $470 million from oil production. The figure increased to $567 million in 2012 and $730 million in 2013. In the first half of 2014, the country has already generated $400 million from the projected $820 million for the year, bringing the total revenue from oil to $2.167 billion. Ghana is likely to exceed this year's projection as a result of the introduction of the flaring system enabled by the government of Ghana. Winners of Capital TV's World Cup discussion program, Scoreboard, have headed to the office of Capital TV for their prizes. The program, which airs every Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and on Saturdays 7 a.m. to 12 noon, gives viewers the opportunity to win microwaves, irons, hair dryers on weekly basis. The first recipient, Kojo Entry, who was in our studios today to receive his prize, shared his views with our audience.
Wow, she be so be me when in our test. Na oyero ho onso so betime nya say dem so ma benya me ayo. By TV in the Jidis of Miana.
Actually, we never expected it. And then all of a sudden, whilst you watch a television to enjoy yourself, you had a gift in addition. I think it's quite okay. What I did to get this, actually I have to improve on it. And I make sure I keep on with the texting and maybe be very conversant with the Capital TV so that I actually get the ultimate. I'll definitely get the ultimate.
The ultimate prize in the World Cup trivia promotion is a 42-inch LED television.
The Ghana Black Stars have lost to Portugal by 2-1 by an 80-minute goal from Portugal's Cristiano Ronaldo. This result ends the Stars' campaign in the World Cup, the first time the Stars have not qualified. USA advances to round 16th of the World Cup despite a 4-4 point with Portugal due to more goals conceded by Portugal.
The founder and presiding bishop of the Christian Praise International Center, Bishop Dr. Ano Yabua, is reported dead on Thursday morning at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. The cause of his death is yet to be known. Meanwhile, Capital News gathers that the family and leadership of the church are in an emergency meeting. The management of Capital TV expresses our condolence to the family and the church. At least 21 people have been reported dead after an explosion at a shopping mall in the Nigerian capital, Abuja. It came as Nigerians were preparing to watch their country's Super Eagles play Argentina at the World Cup in Brazil, as many shops at the malls have TV screens. This is the latest of series of attacks blamed on Islamic extremist Boko Haram. Last week, at least 14 people died at a world viewing site in Damaturu, a state capital in the northeast. Abuja residents are advised to remain calm and go about their normal duties.
That ends News Alert on Capital Television.